Hi Taurus, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and welcome in if you're new to the channel. This is a weekly reading for August 16th through the 22nd. We are going to have that full moon, the second full moon in Aquarius at the end of the week on Sunday, August 22nd. It is at the anaretic degree, the 29th degree. So that is very, very important. And we've talked about how the whole season of Leo had that really strong Aquarian axis, and with 1 degree full moon and then a 29-degree full moon, this is like a final decision on something. And I think that you're going to feel that energy, aren't you? So we're in the last week of Leo, and since we are, and Venus has now moved into Libra, the partnership house, Leo being the 5th house of creative, love, romance. It's a very romantic kind of season, and since we're rounding it out, I thought I'd do a couple of decks that really focus on love. Alright, so today we're going to use the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, and we are using the Art of Love Tarot, and this is by also Tony Carmine Salerno, the artwork, and Denise Jarvie, who wrote the book for that. Alright, so let's first pull you a Gaia Oracle card, and then I'm going to read the message for you and lay your 9. We're going to go horizontally today across. We're going to go vertically down the 9 spread, and then the big picture. All right, so hang in with me. Now from the Gaia Oracle, let's give you one. There it is, Taurus. Fell right out. Let's see what you got. Today you got lost love. Okay, surrender, healing, and release. Lost love, Taurus. I'll read that for you in just a moment. All right, before I do, while I'm laying your 9 cards today and shuffling a little bit for you from the Art of Love Tarot, why don't you settle in with me a bit? Do what we do, right? Take 3 deep cleansing breaths because it just feels good. Brings down the cortisol, that stress hormone, raises serotonin and dopamine, oxygenates the brain, helps us, right? Feel better? All right, that's good. I've shuffled plenty. Did some before the reading. Okay. Lay your 9 cards while you're relaxing. Plant your feet firmly if you would, or put them up however you're comfortable. Drop your shoulders. And get some real good deep breaths there for you, Taurus, okay? All right. Pull the Leo card, the Strength card there. I see that you've got some serious energy here. You may be learning something new. Might be taking a break from work, it looks like, as well. That's possible. Looks like you're healing a bit or taking a break one way or another. And you may be going somewhere alone, perhaps for a retreat. All right, let's take a look at this. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 7 of Trees. So you are in a state of contemplation right now, and that makes perfect sense. The end of the week is that full moon. Anaretic degree, 29 degrees of Aquarius. It's a big picture, thinking about our part in the collective and our individuality and how we need to be ourselves. It's a big full moon. So contemplation, that makes a lot of sense. You're taking stock of things. You've put a lot of effort in, and you're now taking a look at what that effort has been worth for you. And yeah, I think it is about a relationship. 2 of Trees underneath that, trying to be flexible, trying to be fair, and the 2 of Swords, or in this deck, Angels. And that in this deck is about balance. It's about peace of mind or making up your mind. So this is under the deck in your subconscious happening maybe right now. 2 twos, very much usually about partnership, relationship. And this is 2 twos that are about making a decision, a final decision, and you're really contemplating that. All right, so let's see. Let's read Lost Love. Hang in with me, all right, Taurus? Let's work through it. Lost Love 35. If you've got the book, you can read along. Number 35. Let's see. Okay, surrender, healing, and release. It's normal to feel sad when a relationship or a friendship ends. Yet this healing card shows up in your reading today to let you know that everything truly does happen for a reason. Trust and accept that higher forces are at work in your life at the moment, and that your soul's guiding you towards ever greater love. You may not feel it at present, but you are surrounded by an ocean of love. You are more loved than you will ever know. There's little point in searching for answers right now. Accept things as they are. The truth is what is, yet it's also what was and what will be. There are no mistakes here, really, in life. We learn as we go. We really do, all of us. Everything you experience has a purpose and is meaningful to you. All is part of a higher plan for your life. Every day is a new beginning, yet nothing is ever lost, for life is an endless cycle. What goes around does come around, because love is eternal. An affirmation for you today, or for this week, for you right now, Taurus. All I experience in life has a purpose and is meaningful. Everything is part of a higher plan. Every experience expands my understanding and appreciation of love. The truth is what is, the truth is what was, and the truth is what will be. Okay. So it seems to me that whether this is about friendship, whether it's about romantic love or a family member, when we go through transitions in relationships and they either transform or end, whichever one, you know, we usually do that evaluation, don't we? And sometimes we comfort ourselves by saying, well, that was either for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, that relationship. And I find that that really does bring perspective and wisdom to why relationships go through the changes that they do. So right now, the bottom of the deck, with this contemplation, and really looking at your choices, how everything is interwoven, and sometimes paths cross, and sometimes paths diverge, right? And then we have to get back into balance. We have to change the way that we think about where we're going in life and how and with whom, right? These are normal, natural phases that we all go through, but it doesn't make it any easier, does it? Okay, so let me take a good look at your 9 cards here. Let me take a moment. I think that there is a strong commitment here. And I think that you've been very strong. And I think that you've been very wise. Asking important questions to yourself, I think that that's very important. But more than that, I think you're asking yourself, maybe for the first time in a long time, you know, what you really want. Like inside, your feelings telling you, right? They're the radar in your body, right? Telling you where to go. What do I want? What makes me feel happy? What makes me feel good? So we have the Strength card, right? The Strength card is Leo, firstly. So this is also timely. It's a major arcana card. And it tells us about things that are happening in the external world around us, in divine timing and divine order. So right now, in the season of Leo, you've got the strength. You truly do. You're being guided and you've got the strength to not only ask yourself some deep questions about what you want, but also to really see, as you're moving through right now, this transition in your whatever relationship it might be in, asking yourself questions as to whether or not you can see life maybe a little bit differently. You've grown and it's taken great strength and endurance to go through the transitions, the changes. And it's given you more of a youthful kind of child's mind right now with this page. The Page of Swords or the Page of Angels in this deck is mysticism. It's when we ask questions. And sometimes they're the questions that you don't actually know any answers to. Like why? Why did this happen? Well, sometimes, you know, that's the mystery, isn't it? And usually the answer is somewhere along the lines of because of divine order and divine timing. But I think in this instance it's because, you know, you're changing. You've grown. It's taken great strength and curiosity for you to grow. And that might be why the relationship is changing, because when people grow, they change, right? So that's first and foremost. I think you're asking questions. What do I really want? And why do I feel the way that I'm feeling? And why has it been difficult in the past in a particular relationship, and why it's taken such great strength for me to learn from it, for me to learn a specific lesson? People show up in our lives for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And you might be asking yourself which one that is. I think you've put a lot of effort in with this eight of trees. And this is a deck. It's a skill. It's usually work. It's something we do and something that we master. We take time working on it. So I think you've put a lot of effort in. And I think it has brought you, number one, commitment to working on the relationship. But it's also brought you great clarity. In this deck, the Hierophant is called the teacher. So I think you've learned from this person. And I think that they've learned from you. And that might be part of the purpose for the relationship and why you had so much, I think, commitment to it. Because, you know, the Hierophant is often commitment. It can be marriage itself. Whatever the relationship is, if it's not marriage, if it's a friend, if it's a family member, the relationship itself taught you, and it taught you well. It taught you well. You put effort in. And now I think you've taken a little bit of a break, or you're going, you know, if this is work and you've been working really hard and having issues in relationship, I think you're taking a break. Either way, whether you're taking a break from work or taking a break from the relationship or just taking a break from worrying about everything going on in your life, because all of this is so, it's dense, right? The energy, it's difficult, and it takes great strength. So I think you do need some healing here with the Four of Swords. It's a time when we take a respite and we allow ourselves to heal. We allow ourselves to rest, to get some sleep, to heal from whatever it is. So whatever this has been about, this relationship has taken a lot of work. It's taught you a lot. And maybe you just need some time to stay in a space that feels safe to you, where you can be vulnerable, maybe shed some tears, maybe just take time to understand what it is that you truly do want and need from your life now, with the card above it. So in the last line, we've got the Retreat, or this, you know, this is the card of the Hermit. It's when we go into either deep inside of ourselves, or we go somewhere alone and we take some time for contemplation. So again, I'm seeing you maybe traveling to some place, going on a retreat. It could be a spiritual retreat, could be, you know, a vacation from work. Maybe you're going to take some time. Maybe you're going to do a staycation with the Four of Wands, or this can be home. But this also can be where you go to an event somewhere where you're moving forward and going to a new place that feels more exciting, so a place where you can have some fun. So again, I'm seeing vacation. And then Knight of Hearts, in this deck, romance. So I think this is because you need to ask yourself questions about what it is that you're really wanting from love. And if you need this break to do that, then that's okay. I think it's important that it's communicated with the Page of Angels. You may have questions about the relationship, or you just may need time to think. And this is saying that to someone, perhaps. And, you know, I'm changing, I'm learning, I'm growing, right? Okay, so let's go down the vertical here. We've got the Strength card, and then we've got the Eight of Trees, the Work card, and then we've got the Retreat cards. So you can see that this may be a time where you might be able to take some time to yourself and go on a retreat yourself, because I think you've been working really hard. It's potential that if you're working on a relationship that in the past you might have lost, if there had been a break in the relationship or a breakup previously, and you're trying to get back together with this Four of Wands, that is something that you might be able to do. You might be able to take a vacation or staycation together and work on the relationship and give yourself a break from your job. Because, you know, I think you're at that point in the relationship. If this is romantic with someone, you may be at a pivotal moment where it's, you know, take the time. Because with lost love, it's surrender, healing, release. So I think you're either going to surrender to the healing or you're going to release if this is a relationship. If it's a pivotal moment where you're considering separation from someone. We've got the Page of Angels here. So asking questions about the commitment. asking questions to learn about what's going on in the relationship. And then advancement, the Four of Wands, you absolutely could have a reunion. This is something that could go well if you're trying to improve the relationship. Okay? And so that could bode well for you. It could also be having a conversation and learning just more about each other and what you each need now. If you've both grown, but you've grown sort of apart, and you each need time to sort of advance your learning and go in a different direction, then it's something you're going to talk about and be honest about. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, so King of Stars, we have the Alchemist. This is someone who transmutes negative energy into positive energy by being positive, by being energetic, by putting energy into making change. This is an entrepreneur. This is someone who's bold, brave, has ideas, is inspired. Then we have the Rest card. So you may take action right now to do something that you really want to do, which might be to take a break. Okay? I'm really seeing that. And perhaps go on a romantic retreat. If you're not doing it with someone, and this is about a breakup, then this is about healing by going somewhere alone and taking time to yourself to do some of that healing. And doing it because you love yourself and you need a break for yourself. So I think some of you here are potentially in a relationship with a Leo. I'm definitely seeing the Strength card here as Leo, and the King of Stars here, the King of Fire, can be a Leo. So Taurus, if you're in a relationship with a Leo, that might be someone that you're talking to about this. I'm also seeing with a Hierophant here, this is you right here in the center. So this is a time of great learning for you, Taurus. This is your center card. This is your major arcana card. This is a big time of learning, of a life lesson about love, Taurus. The loves that you've lost in the past, whether it be friends, family members, or romantic partnerships, and what they've taught you. This card being in the center, it's about what you've learned from it, right? The commitments you've had in the past, the kinds of love relationships that you've committed to, and what they gave you, the value of them with the Hierophant card. They've been teachers for you. Every relationship, if we really do have reverence for love and we revere our relationships, we understand that they teach us. That every relationship that you've ever had with anyone was a teacher-student relationship in one way or another. We each teach each other and learn from each other how to love. So this is a big and beautiful message for you. Whether the loss in the past was about a breakup, whether or not it's about a breakup now, whether or not it's about having lost people that you love one way or another, whether it was through death or just moving or separations in other ways. It can be lost jobs, it can be lost relationships of any caliber, but whatever it is, they've taught you well. And if you take a moment to truly appreciate that right now, Taurus, I think you're going to feel and understand how important it is to advance in your love life right now by having true reverence for those lessons and applying them now to your life in a way that brings you real wisdom. Because I think they matter now, and I think that's what this is showing you. So I do wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude every day, Taurus. And if you're interested in listening to your rising, your moon, or your Venus signs, you can catch those in my weekly readings playlist. Just click the eye up there. Okay? And I'll talk to you next week. I'll see you then. Bye.